Boy, do we got a lot to talk about, because today in gaming, we got to talk about the Apex Legends hack and what does it actually mean. Then I want to talk about the CDL Pro. Scrappy plays for Toronto Ultra, and he was calling out another team, the Miami Heretic. We know Scrappy likes to talk some smack, so let's talk about that. Not before we get to talking about Warzone Mobile. It's right around the corner, but why is this creator calling out other creators for promoting the game? And then lastly, I've been seeing this debate go on Twitter for probably about 24 hours now, but does Jujutsu Kaisen now officially have the best fight scenes in all of anime? All of that and more in today's video, so please sit back and enjoy. Starting out, Apex Legends recently, we talked about it in my last video, but there's a hacker, his name is Destroyer 2009. He's pretty relentless and infamous within the rank scene because he goes in and he's unbannable. Supposedly he puts an emulator on and just cheats and puts bots in there, like it spawns in a whole bunch of bots. It's no bueno. But recently at a very well-known LGS online event, in the middle of this, two players got injected hacks, and people are in a frenzy right now because what does this mean? Fortunately, there's a streamer who's been in the cybersecurity world for like 20 years now, and he did a great 40-minute video. I have it linked down below, and I have parts and snippets of it. But hear what he has to say.
For those of you in your community, I've been in the industry for about 20 years. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. I was actually senior red team specialist there, so offensive security. I'm a hacker. My last job was working for the federal government. I hacked power plants for the federal government, and then I also have 3 black badges from DEF CON, which is a hacking convention in Vegas every year. So this is like my whole wheelhouse, right? I've banned about 2 million players over my career. Like this is what I do. So the last 7 years now, I've been a streamer. I've been streaming and making video games and doing this kind of stuff. So now we're in this weird position where this thing happened, and I'm like the subject matter expert on the thing. So we're all talking about it and trying to find out what's going on. But I did a breakdown of what happened to you guys on stream the other day, and seeing that your machine had downloaded and run a cheat tool automatically in the middle of the game. And it's very clear that you didn't want that to happen because his text was in chat. The thing that was most interesting to me is if that guy hadn't put that in chat, there'd be no way that you could defend yourself. No one would believe it, right? So I'm actually glad that the attacker did that, where he put his text in chat, because that saved you guys a huge amount of trouble. But with this, what's up?
Now, I may be one of these people who go in, and I definitely fall victim of this, where I went to a certain shop earlier today, and I was talking to the guys there, and I'm making claims like, yo, don't log on to Apex right now if you want your ID stolen. It's not that bad, I get it, but it's just the idea that somebody can go in and hack the server to this level and people still don't quite know what's going on. It's just a little concerning.
If we can prove the difference between your machine being compromised directly, which could be possible, or the game being compromised, that's the big thing that has to be proven right now. And everyone's making a claim saying like, oh, the game is compromised, it's RCE, the easy anti-cheat is compromised, RCE. There's no proof of it. When we're dealing with security, we have to prove these types of vulnerabilities before we jump the gun and start making claims. And there's a ton of people just making wild claims right now. And the only one who can really prove that at that point is like you and Jen Burton, were your machines compromised? If your machines aren't compromised, if we have no evidence of compromise on those machines, which this doesn't fully prove it, but it kind of tilts it in the direction where your machines weren't directly compromised, then we have to keep digging. And it's one of those things to like find out, is the client actually vulnerable? Is the server vulnerable? Is easy anti-cheat vulnerable? There's a lot of stuff that has to be proven. And I hate all the wild claims. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I think, well, from my perspective, I can't really tell if my computer is compromised, just because I think his whole message is because he's been doing this for a while. Like, to give you context, it's like, I ran into this guy, his name is like in-game too, Destroyer 2009 or whatever. Like, you've seen the bot clip and stuff like that. He's been like terrorizing ranked like for a while now, like just messing with ranked. Like, he would just go into the lobby, and he's like literally unbannable. And he would do this, like, there was another thing, because he was unbannable, he would do what is the word? Basically, he would be displayed as a console player, but he was on PC. He was like, I think he was using like an emulator. I think that's what it was called. So he was like practically like unbannable, which is why he would just
I don't know if you're
stream
busy, but
snipe me. And
was also someone actually brought up a good point. So majority of the competitors, they're all like forced, if you're streaming, to stream on a 10-minute delay, right?
Yeah.
And it's actually perfect timing. It actually makes a lot of sense too. Coincidentally, I don't know, I haven't checked the timestamp
of server ID and 10-minute delay, but what if there might be a coincidence of him injecting these hacks once the 10-minute delay catches up?
Wait, say that again?
Because I just explained that like pretty bad, but basically like he can only see the server ID as soon as we're in the game, right?
Yes.
Like the performance display. But the thing is that everyone that is streaming has 10-minute delay on. So
Yes.
when it actually happened on stream was when he finally got the server ID 10 minutes into the game, which would make sense on he actually needs the server ID or the performance display to inject these hacks.
That's exactly what it is.
Because both times when it happened to me and Jen Burton, it was like I don't know the timestamp. Like I said, okay, it might have been like 10 minutes later into the game. I'm not sure, but it might have been before 10 minutes later or 10 minutes before. I'm not sure, but I would have to look at the timestamp. But it might have. Let me see. Yeah, they were saying Jen was on round 4, mine was round 2. So when it happened to me, it was earlier into the game. So maybe it was because I don't know if that was because it was the same code. But yeah, that might not be like the right theory, but because the first time it happened, it was.
Now, I'm going to stay on top of the story because I think this is just super interesting. I am just blown away by this. Not just because it's Apex, but I believe that esports is the future of just sports, entertainment, because it's truly a meritocracy of just who's good gets to play. And what I mean by that is like you don't have to come out of the womb as a genetic freak to be a professional. Like in the NFL or the NBA, you have to come out winning the genetic lottery. In esports, you don't necessarily have to win the genetic lottery. You just have to have some extreme hand-eye coordination and understand the mechanics of the game, as well as be a good human. And we could talk about that in a whole nother video, but I want to continue to move on because talking about being a pro and talking about competing at the highest level, we have the CDL Pro Scrappy, and Toronto Ultra has recently set up a podcast little segment. I personally love this. I love when CDL teams put out like podcast type stuff where the boys are just talking shop. And during this, it was brought up of a ranking system in the CDL in the scene. We all know that the word this season is superstar, and who is a star and who is a superstar. Well, Scrappy of Toronto Ultra had this to say about it.
But like, you can't have like a fourth of the league be superstars.
No,
that doesn't make sense.
Well,
I think it changes all the time.
I don't think a fourth of the league are superstars.
Yeah, I think it changes stage to stage though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, people have good stage, people have bad
And it
stage.
definitely doesn't go off one match or a couple matches. It definitely is the whole.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be like a couple stages, not even one stage, because I feel like there's a lot of players that have like insane first stage.
Consistency.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to just say like one match he's not a superstar and the next match he is. Like it's like you got to give it some time.
I think it's back to that.
Also, who gives a fuck?
Land versus online too.
Okay, MVP.
Nah. Like you sat there pointing out whoever like is the superstar.
Well, you're a superstar.
Toby's a
No,
superstar.
I wouldn't claim myself as that.
Face of the breaking point.
Face of the breaking point. Can't drop
You're
that.
a superstar.
You're a superstar.
Yeah.
You are too.
1.2.
No,
1.4 Legacy Series Grand Finals.
Grand final superstar.
It's a
there.
one-off.
I mean, please do it again.
Yeah.
Are you a superstar?
Huh?
Are you a superstar?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not all the time. I mean,
But on a real note,
Seriously.
I honestly don't care. Like it means nothing.
yeah, it means nothing.
Getting called a superstar means nothing.
I mean, it means everything to me. If the flank want to call me a superstar, please do.
Please.
I'm really waiting for my moment.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's got to do their 25%, bro. That's literally all that matters. Like,
No.
the
You'd have
team that
one
is
superstar
like
and free
consistently
shitters.
balanced, so always wins.
Yeah.
For the most part.
One
can
it,
win the
it,
event
it just
75.
means there's just like it just means so much more for the bottom teams than like us. Like it's, I mean like, if I'm good, but it's true though. Like
Nah, to be
it's true.
fair,
If you look at the drop off of the league, it's just
would you say this is the biggest gap we've ever had in the league?
yeah,
Obviously.
By
yeah.
far.
by far.
Probably since 2019.
From top 4 down.
The fifth
To be
seed,
fair, Cold War's pretty bad.
the fifth seed 6 and
Yeah.
12.
I think Cold War at least like,
The bottom 4 was terrible in Cold War.
I mean, yeah, but 5th, 6th, like, I was 5th,
They
6th,
were.
and I was like, still keeping up in points.
I mean, yeah, you're 5th, 6th.
Yeah,
not
but
bottom
the-
4.
Yeah, but 5th, 6th is 100 points behind, right?
I mean, yeah.
Nah, I think
This year.
it's crazy that there's like an 8-team
There it
gap.
is.
That's insane.
Look, New York, look, they have the same amount of losses. We're 80 points ahead of them.
Insane.
Yeah.
Because we won the
Like
event.
it's just realistic. It's like
Wow.
like
And like
we go into these
look
matches.
at
we
those
win this
teams
event-
below.
Do you think the colleague do a tweet saying congrats to Toronto for making champs already?
Yeah, do you think they like put in another rule like we killed this?
Did you know they did?
we killed it. We killed it. No, but
Ah.
I mean it's realistic. It's like these teams like we go into these matches like trying to get better. These teams go in it to like literally they need to win. It's like it's just a different mindset.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Like
One win could put them in
it's-
champs.
you literally get
Pretty insane.
I was down there in Vanguard. It's not good. It's not.
Down where?
Personally, as I said, I love that more teams are doing this. Obviously, Optic has it with their game chat. LA Thieves have it. Now Toronto Ultra. I would love to see more teams do this, specifically out of Miami. Even though Miami kind of got the short end of the stick out of the segment, I really do like the team. Vivos Heretics! Now, Warzone Mobile is right around the corner, and this creator, this PUBG creator Riggs, is calling out these creators for I guess just taking the bag and running it, just promoting these lies, saying that Warzone Mobile is fresh, it's ready to go, it's optimized. They're super excited when it's I don't want to say well known, but there's a lot of worry, I should say, that the game is going to come out very unprepared. It's going to be super buggy, super glitchy, and it's just not going to run smooth. So this is what he has to say.
I am going to tell it to you guys straight. These other content creators, despite what any of them say, and it's easy to find who. It's easy to know who's talking close to the devs, who's getting sponsorships. It's very easy. You guys are smart out there. The majority of you are very smart out there that watch these videos. They're saying things that aren't true about the game. It doesn't get any simpler than that. They, just like I do, they want the game to succeed, but the difference is the way clips are looking, the way people have been talking about the optimization. Oh, everything's great now after this update. They're doing it for views. They're doing it for clicks. They're doing it whether they're hopeful to get a sponsorship or they already have one. They're blowing smoke, okay? They're blowing smoke. But March 21st, we're going to see what happens. Are we going to have another new state launch? Are we going to have another cash grab like Apex Legends Mobile? Only time will tell. I want to remain hopeful, but I speak for you guys. I speak for the average, everyday person who's just like me. Nobody special. And people just want a game that they can pick up and play that's going to look good, feel good, not have lag, and have a good time.
Personally, I'm going to get my hands on it. I'll let you guys know what I think. Is I'll give it a shot on my iPad right back there. I'll download it. I got an extra controller. I'll get on the sticks. We'll slap it up, and I'll let you guys know. Is it super buggy? Is it super fresh? Because all I know is COD Mobile is legitimately the best COD that is out on the market and no one's talking about. COD Mobile really is like the best Call of Duty. It's kind of sad that it's a mobile game. And lastly, I have been hooked on this for so long. If you're an anime fan, if you're a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, this is the part of the video where you are going to just love it. Because we are going to do a little I just want you guys to watch the new scene, these new fight scenes from Sukuna versus Maharaga. Now, if you have no idea what we're about to watch, that's okay. I hope you can appreciate the flashing colors and lights that you're about to witness. And if you're not involved in anime and you are interested in, please go to Crunchyroll, get a 7-day subscription, and binge the heck out of Jujutsu Kaisen, because I truly think not only is it pleasurable to the eyes, but the story is fantastic. And there's not many stories where the antagonist is like, I don't want to say you root for the antagonist in this because you don't, but damn does he live up to all of the hype. It is great. Just sit back and watch this. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe. I want to keep you guys tuned in. Everything going on today in gaming. So if you would share this with a friend, keep them in the loop. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.